Just
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Good morning, everyone. Dandavat. I think we're online. And good morning from the Bhakti Yoga Institute in West London, the West London Temple of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. On this Thursday morning, which is the day that Mahaprabhu left his home in Navadvip in the middle of the night to go to Katwa to take sannyas. And also the appearance of Srila Jagadish Pandit. So, before continuing with our reading of Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can read something about this very significant day of Mahaprabhu leaving his beloved mother and young wife and all his friends and associates in Navadvip, and leaving in the darkness to go away to take sannyas. So these are the words of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, giving us some understanding of Sriman Mahaprabhu's motivations for taking sannyas. It's from Gaudiya Darshan website. It's called Krishna's Call. So Guru Maharaj says, Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna himself. When we hear the jingling of anklets, we feel that Krishna himself is going away, and Navadvip is being swallowed by a deep darkness. My friend, what are you doing? Let us go on and try to bring him back here. The jewel of Navadvip is going away. This is the feeling on this day. In the early morning, at 3 o'clock, Gauranga swam across the river and ran towards Katwa. Hare Krishna. Not caring for the cold during this winter season at all, he went. There was so much heat within his body and mind. He was heated on one side by viraha, feeling separation from Krishna, and on the other side by the duty of preaching to the world about Krishna. The call of that duty actuated him to get out of Navadvip and go to stand before the public and distribute love for Lord Krishna throughout the length and breadth of the world. These calls, his duty to the public and his affection for Krishna, heated him, and he ran, not caring about anything. In separation from Krishna, vipralamba, viraha, all else was tasteless. There was only the call of Krishna. Hare Krishna. So much heat is created for the cause of a nation. So many atomic bombs, so many soldiers are ready to be deployed in the interest of a nation. How little is mortal prosperity? What does it mean? It is trifling, nothing. An eternal wealth eternal good for eternity, what sort of energy should you collect for that? In that there is so much good for all, such a high degree of welfare to be distributed to all. People can get back their own home. The misguided people can be taken towards their sweet, sweet home. That sort of call came into his mind. All these vagabonds should be taken to their home and guardian. This sort of duty arose in his mind. They should all be taken to their home. They are wandering like so many beasts in the jungle without knowing what is good and what is bad. They are always competing to bite one another. They say they are civilized. Jungle animals bite one another and try to live at the cost of their fellow members in the jungle. Humans are more efficiently following the same program. As a nation, they want to live at the cost of another nation. What is this? A civilized jungle. What is civilization? Civilization is losing its meaning. Civil means gentle. Is this gentleness? They are proudly doing in a body what is shameful to do individually. If jungle habits can be performed in the form of a nation, then they are justified. If they are done in the name of a nation, then everything is purified. This is an entry in a fool's dictionary. Gauda Hari, Gauda Hari, Gauda Hari. Half-truth is more dangerous than falsehood. Half-help, misguided help, is more dangerous than no help. It directs one's attention towards the wrong thing. Vedashraya Nashtika Vad Bahudake Adhika, from the Madhya Lila of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Preaching atheism in the name of religion is more dangerous than ordinary, straight atheism. In the name of civilization, we are doing what is shameful for animals in the jungle. To say that modern civilization is helping people is a half-truth. Food, clothing, and so-called education is being given to the public. Is that a very good thing? No. Nothing less than taking people home to God is sufficient. That is what is truly necessary. There is an expression, home comfort. Home means a very sweet place where the mother and father know the real necessity of the child. A child may not know its own needs, but at home its real interest is known. There the father, mother, and so many affectionate relatives know better than the boy what his interest is. Home means an atmosphere that guides and helps us, even without our awareness. Back to God, back to home. Mahaprabhu took up the duty of collecting all of us, all the wanderers in the streets, and bringing us home. Then there's a question. Maharaj, sometimes in preaching we find it very difficult because people don't want to go back home. How does a devotee keep trying? And Srila Sridhar Maharaj says, by hook or by crook, by any means, It depends upon the capacity of the guide. By any means, people must be taken home. A father knows what home comfort is for his child, although his child may not. A child may be crazy. He may run this way and that way. He may not run towards his home. That is the rub. That is what makes the case complex. Otherwise, it would be very simple. So anyhow, one must manage. That is the responsibility of the guide. And according to the guide's capacity, the real effect takes place. A guide may have some special capacity, and also inspiration is sent by the Lord. These two combine to create the special character of an acharya. Then he quotes this Robert Burns. Rank is but the guinea stamp. Man is the gold for that. So these stamps are just stamps. It's what's the goal. Rank is but the guinea stamp. Man is the gold for that. Many men may be administrators, magistrates, or judges. Rank is one thing, and the man is another. A man's inner capacity, and also the delegation of the Lord. The desired effect happens when these combine. The personal characteristics of a preacher and the Lord's delegated power combine. The amount of power dedicated to a preacher combined with his characteristics produces the desired result. Gauda Haribol, Gauda Haribol. Hare Krishna. So this is little wonderful words of Srila Sridhar Maharaj. And there's another small piece we can read also on this day.
Which book is that?
It doesn't say where that's from. It's on the Gaudiya Darshan website. I'm linking to it from the scsmat.com. And it doesn't give a specific reference for that. So I'm not sure. And then there's another short piece called Sri Nimai Sannyas, which is a poem from Srila Guru Maharaj on these days when Guru Maharaj, Gurudev were very somber on these days because they live in that divine association. So for the Vaishnavas, actually, it's a sobering and painful time. So the mat's activities were very soberly conducted. The prasadam was very simple. As remembering this Leela of Mahaprabhu, of Nimai Pandit, beautiful Vishvambara going away. So this is called Sri Nimai Sannyas, and it says, in remembrance of Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridharadev Goswami Maharaj and the 3-day observance of Sriman Mahaprabhu's Sannyas Leela, he instituted in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, that's all one sentence. In remembrance of Srila Guru Maharaj and the 3-day observance of Sriman Mahaprabhu's Sannyas Leela, he instituted in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. We are presenting a Bengali poem written by Srila Sridhar Maharaj, in which he expresses the grief-stricken hearts of the residents of Navadip. In a lecture about Sriman Mahaprabhu's Sannyas Leela, Srila Govinda Maharaj commented, we have seen that Srila Guru Maharaj was always deeply intoxicated with Mahaprabhu's Sannyas Leela. He established as a rule in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat that for the 3 days the devotees will live very simply and eat only some rice and dal with mixed vegetables. So this was originally published, this poem, in the Sri Gaudiya Darshan in 1967. Mishra Shuta Vishwambara Navadipa Vasa Sachira Nimai Ai Karera Sannyasa. Vishwambara, the son of Jagannath Mishra, who resides in Navadvip, Sachi's Nimai. Oh, he has taken sannyas. Nyaya Dakka Lakka Laka Adyapaka Trasa Sachira Nimayai Karera Sannyasa. He's an expert in logic and feared by hundreds of thousands of scholars. Oh, Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Kandapa Jinya Rupa Yavana Prakasha Sachira Nimayai Karera Sannyasa. His youthful beauty surpasses Cupid. Oh, Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Sara Navadvipa Kare Andakara Grasa Sachira Nimai Ai Karera Sannyasa. Darkness engulfed the whole of Navadvip. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Gantaka Nagari Keshava Bharati Shakasha Sachira Nimayai Karera Sannyasa. From Keshav Bharati in Katva, O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Kshubda Jana Sindhu Tunga Taranga Prakasha Sachira Nimayai Karera Sannyasa. Great waves manifested in an ocean of agitated people. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Udata Janata Dekaya Bharatika Trasa Sachira Nimayai Karera Sannyasa. The agitated crowd frightened Keshav Bharati. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Krandanera Ucharola Bharila Akasha Sachira Nimayai Karera Sannyasa. A tumult of cries filled the sky. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Shira Karagata Kare Antaranga Dasa Sachira Nimayai Karera Sannyasa. His intimate servants slapped their foreheads. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Tapa Dagda Jiva Duka Duki Janolasa Sachira Nimayai Karera Sannyasa. Those sorrowed by the sorrow of other souls, scorched by worldly distress, rejoiced. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Uttarayan Sankramane Sannyasa Prakasha Sachira Nimai Ai Karera Sannyasa. He revealed his sannyas as the sun completed its northern course at the time of Makara Sankranti, mid-January. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Sundara Chara Kesha Chara Mukhahasa Sachira Nimai Ai Karera Sannyasa. His beautiful curly hair decorated his smiling moon-like face. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Kashira Katane Kiba Premara Ulasa Sachira Nimai Karera Sannyasa. What joy born of divine love he exhibited as his hair was cut away. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Krandanaya kulaloka kaya va udasa sachirani mayai karara sannyasa. Some people cried in distress. Others became despondent. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Kaya kruda kaya mukta karamatahasa sachirani maye karara sannyasa. Some became angry. Some were stunned, and some laughed madly. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Audatya karita daya bharatira pasa Sachira Nimayai karara sannyasa. Some impudently ran after Keshavanada. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Nadia pandita daleda svastira nirvasa Sachira Nimai karara sannyasa. The scholars of Nadia breathed a sigh of relief. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Nari gana ninde vidi srijala sannyasa. Sachira Nimai karara sannyasa. The women blasphemed Providence for creating sannyas. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nama Haila Prakasha Sachira Nimai karara sannyasa. His name, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, was revealed. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Mandita Hemange Shobha Aruna Suvasa Sachira Nimai karara sannyasa. His golden form was adorned with beautiful saffron cloth. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Kare danda kamandalu bhikshuka prakasha Sachira Nimai karara sannyasa. He became a mendicant with a staff and a water pot in hand. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Katoya Gangaya Krishna Kolo Halolasa Sachira Nimai karara sannyasa. Beside the Ganga in Katva, there was an ecstatic uproar of Krishna. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Papa aparada bhiksha Sava jiva pasha Sachira Nimai karara sannyasa. He begged all souls for their sins and offences. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Sava jiva yachedena Krishna prema rasa Sachira Nimai karara sannyasa. He begged from all souls and gave them the ecstasy of Krishna prema. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Chaudasa Ektrisha Shaka Magadya Divasa Sachira Nimai karara sannyasa. On the first day of the month of Magh, in the year 1431 of the Shaka era, O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Sri Charanareno Yacha Ramananda Das Sachira Nimai karara sannyas. Ramananda Das begs for the dust of his lowly feet. O Sachi's Nimai has taken sannyas. Hare Krishna, Jai Guru Maharaj, Jai Guru Dev. So all these unapproachable regions of the heart, of the purified, devoted heart, are revealed to us by the Vaishnava. By their grace, something may come to us, some appreciation for what is beyond my capacity to have any connection with, but by their grace and poetry, through their Krishna Katha, the magnanimous distribution to the lowest of humans, giving them, talking about these sublime pastimes of divinity, of the most liberal and magnanimous Lord. So we're so fortunate to hear on this day and to remember how our guardians would honour this day. And I never met Srila Guru Maharaj, but I've heard how he would also be very sober on these days and absorbed in memory of this pastime of the Navadvip. You thinking of something, did he? Oh, I thought you had something you were going to say there. Hare Krishna. Jai Saptakashishi Guru Garanga Sundar Radha Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. The beautiful sound of the conch shell being blown by Guru Narayan Prabhu, purifying all the ethers in the service of Mahaprabhu and Giriraj here in West London. Of all places, Mahaprabhu, Giriraj appearing in Hounslow. How amazing. So this also, Mahaprabhu, to get what we heard was to, one half of his burning was to give to everyone, even in Hounslow. Amazing. Hare Krishna. Throughout the world. So, and also the appearance, we have to say a few words, even though I only have a few words, but I know Gurudev said if someone is on the calendar, appearance day, disappearance day, whatever it may be, we should at least give some jai to that. Sometimes we don't know so much of that personality. And from what I remember, Jagadish Prabhu was from Assam, I think. He was from Assam and was known as a dancer. Like we heard our Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, was known as a dancer. Hare Krishna. His younger years, he was known as a dancer. And so Jagadish Prabhu known as a dancer. And the only pastime I remember really about him, which is from the Chaitanya Bhagavat, was that the ladies would tease Nimai to make him, he'd be crying and then they'd chant Hare Krishna. It's a game they would play with the baby, with the young boy. But one day they were chanting Hare Krishna, he was crying and they were chanting Hare Krishna and he was not stopping crying. What is this? Something different. And Jagannath Mishra's like, oh my son, what's wrong with you? And he said, and it was a Kaddishi day, and he said, then Jagdish Pandit is offering rice to the deity and to Vishnu, and I want some of that rice. And it's like, how does he know that? Because Jagdish Pandit's wife, I can't remember her name, she was like a mother. Sometimes she'd breastfeed Mahaprabhu. She was another mother. Can't remember her name. Didn't do my homework, you see. So very intimately connected. So he's crying for the rice, so they had to bring the rice on the Kaddishi. He was only little. They could have rice. So that was a very sweet pastime of Jagadish Pandit, but I can't remember so much. I have to do my homework, and I was caught off. I'd seen today was on the calendar as this day, and then the days got jumbled up in my head. You know how it is. It's we make mistakes. That's one of our symptoms of the living entity. Make mistakes. What are the four?
Imperfect senses.
We've got imperfect senses.
Living in illusion.
We're
Cheating.
yes, we are illusioned. We have a propensity to cheat and make mistakes. Was that the four? And make mistakes. So these four, we're always, under the, that's where we are. And that's why our only hope really is to hear and follow the instructions that come from outside the sphere of mistakes and illusion and something, which comes from the Lord through his devotees, through his pure devotees. That comes from outside the land of calculation and exploitation. So that's why we have these temples and we have these programs, so that we can hear that transcendental sound vibration full of affection and encouragement coming to us, so we can go on in this, to cross, what does Rupa Goswami call it, this sea of frustration swept by the tide of hallucination. That. And he praised the Kamadindu, please, lotus-eyed Lord, lotus-navel Lord, please pull me out of this. Hare Krishna. So,
Very nice.
shall we finish there? I think that's a good place to finish. And it's 8 o'clock. So it was a little short today, but, substantial readings from the lotus mouth of Guru Maharaj on this very important day in the calendar and in the life of Nimai Pandit as he runs off in the night to swim across the Ganga in the cold time of January. Hare Krishna. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govindaram Shrimad Sudharam. Gopal Govindaram Shrimad Sudharam. Gopinath Gopinath Go Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Jai Sabari Kashishi Guru Goranga Sundar Radha Giridhari Ji Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Shila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Shila Bhakti Rakshidhare Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Bhagavan Shila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. The remembrance of Shriman Mahaguru Sannyas Leela Ki Jai. Shriman Shri Jagadish Pandit Adibhav Mahamahotsav Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Sachi Mata Ki Jai. Shri Nanda Jagannath Mishra Ki Jai. Shri Keshavanada Bharati Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai. All the West London devotees Ki Jai. All the East London devotees Ki Jai. All the world devotees Ki Jai. Go Premanande.